Okay, hi everyone. It's Tim Gillard in the CBC Counseling Office here today with Webster University and Mirella Muftarevich from Webster University Admissions here to help us all get to know Webster University a little bit better today through our video visit series we're doing. So we're thankful to Mirella for joining us today and helping us get to know a school that we kind of do know some things about already, Webster University, right here in town with us. And so it's just a great opportunity to learn a little bit today and to learn how to learn more at some point if you choose to. So Morella, thanks again for joining us. If you could kind of give us an overview of Webster today, that would be great.
Sure. Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for having me. I'm happy to be here. So most of you are probably already pretty familiar with Webster. We are located in Webster Groves, about 20 minutes away from downtown, but I'm sure you know that Webster Groves is a nice, quaint, historical little neighborhood. So close enough to downtown so you guys can go to your Cards games and your Blues games, but also in this little neighborhood that's all about community and that safe feeling as well. Fun fact about me is that I'm actually a graduate of Webster. I went to Webster. I was a student here, so I'm the perfect person to give you that firsthand experience. My running joke is that I love Webster so much that I came back to work here, and that's absolutely true. And then I'm also in grad school, so I'm a walking Webster billboard. I know everything about being a student here for sure.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so Webster is a smaller school. I like to start off with that. And when I say smaller, I mean that we have about 2,100 full-time undergraduate students here on campus. I know high schools that have graduating classes that big, so we are smaller. Yeah. So that means that we have smaller classroom sizes here. We have a 9-to-1 student to faculty ratio, and we cap classes at 25 students in class. When I went here, I really had about 15 students in most classes with me, and I find that to be true a lot of the time today as well. So you can expect about 15 students in class with you. Oh. So what that means for you is that, small, tight-knit feel. You really get to know your professors and your instructors. They get to know you. It's very hands-on because our classrooms are so small as well. So you're not just a name on an assignment, you're actually a student, a person, and they get to know you on that level, which I know a lot of our students appreciate too. Webster is a global entity, so we are a private university. We're a liberal arts school, but we're global. And what I mean by that is that we have locations on 4 different continents. So you can actually travel around the world and go to a Webster location. So that makes our study abroad program really, really nice. You're not just going to another university we've partnered with, you're going to a Webster University, which our students and our parents really appreciate as well. So yeah, very diverse school, very diverse in the types of degrees that we offer. We actually offer over 120 different degrees. So I like to say that we have a little something for everyone.
Absolutely. And that international feel for Webster is certainly something that Webster is known for. And so 4 actual campuses around the globe. And so if you're admitted to Webster University and you're a student at Webster University, do you have to go through an admissions process with those other campuses? Or is it just you're already a Webster student, so you just have to,
Yeah, great question. We actually make it really easy. It's not just 4 campuses, it's 4 different continents. We have 8 campuses across the world. So you can go places like Athens, Greece, or Vienna, or Leiden, the Netherlands, or Accra, Ghana, and visit Webster University. And what's nice about it is because it's a Webster University, it's a pretty seamless process. You don't have to reapply or anything like that. You're already a student at Webster and you're going to a Webster University. So your tuition, your financial aid, your scholarships, they all travel with you. It's the same because you're going to a Webster location. So we also pay for your first trip, round trip ticket. That's how bad we want you to travel abroad. So definitely have those opportunities.
Well, then that's a good segue for me to say to our students, look into, as you're researching colleges, look into those international travel opportunities. Webster's very strong in that area. And it's something really that we encourage you guys to look into for college. College is just a great time of discovery and learning new things and being exposed to things that you haven't been exposed to before in your life. And just in case you can already check off all those countries as like you already visited them, I don't think there's many people out there that can say, I've been there, been to all those places. Get out and see the world a little bit. And Webster gives you lots of chances to do that, which is really neat. In addition to the international stuff, what are some other things that draw students to Webster University?
Sure.
In terms of programs or whatever.
Yeah. So like I said, we have over 120 different programs. I mean, Webster champions itself on being diverse, and I don't just mean that, in diversity here on campus. I also mean in the type of students that we attract. So we have 5 different schools and colleges, which are 5 different departments that we split our degrees up into, and they have various different programs. Some of our really popular programs are things like animation and graphic design, cybersecurity, criminology, international relations, international studies. We have students that start off here in biology and kind of go on that pre-med track. We have exercise science for students who are into being physical therapists or occupational therapists. Mm-hmm. We have a school of education. We have a business school. Students can be entrepreneurs and managers and accountants. And then we have a great fine arts program as well. We have actors and directors and musical theater students too. So we really have a little bit of something for everyone, something that any student can choose from whatever they're interested in, really.
Yeah, and we send I feel like at least 1 or 2 and sometimes more students to Webster every year. And I know the arts is a big draw there for sure. As you answer this next question, I am going to walk over with my laptop. So everybody just hang with me as Morella talks here, because my battery's about to go dead on my laptop. And so I'm going to go over and dock so the battery doesn't go dead.
Good idea.
Yeah. What is diversity like on campus? Do you in addition to things like students of color percentages and that sort of thing, is it something where you draw from a pretty large region?
Yeah, absolutely. So Webster is all about being global. That's part of the reason that we consider ourselves an international school. We don't call our students and our faculty regular students and faculty. We call ourselves global citizens. So if you're part of our community, we expect you to be a global citizen. Our, general education courses are called global citizenship courses because we teach not only in whatever area you're interested in, but about being a global citizen, somebody who intermingles with people from all different backgrounds and cultures. So we actually pull students from 36 different states and 24 different countries around the world. So we're very diverse here in things that we're doing on campus to be diverse, some very tangible things. We have a diversity, equity, and inclusion conference every single year. We do that annually in February. This year we had to switch to a virtual format, and we still had over 2,000 participants in that as well. We have something called Webster Speaks on Wednesdays, where we open up conversations about diversity and inclusion. So people of different races, religions, colors, abilities, all have a space to feel comfortable to really open up and talk about those things. So we do some really tangible things in terms of diversity. It's something that we really champion as a school and promote as well.
That's fantastic to hear. Great stuff there. What about the application process? Do you have any tips for students who are interested in applying to Webster? So I'll send this video out to really all of our CBC families. It's conceivable that freshmen or sophomores could watch it. Also, rising seniors who might be interested in applying to Webster next year. What is the application and admissions process like at Webster?
Absolutely. We make applying to Webster really easy. And the reason I say that is, first and foremost, there's 3 different ways you can apply. You can apply on our website. It's a very simple application. I believe it's only about a page long, and it's free. We don't ever charge for that application. Just go to webster.edu and you can find the application there. You can also apply through the Common App. I know a lot of students use that. And the College Coalition app is new as well. That just recently came out. It's the same format for those of you who don't know. It's where you fill out one application and you can send it to multiple schools at once. So we take all of those. And like I said, there's never a fee for that either. So we really make it as simple as possible. At Webster, we do require your transcript. So we look at your GPA and how rigorous your courses are. And then we are test optional. So if you'd like to submit an ACT score, great, we'll take that. If you haven't been able to take the ACT, or if you took it and you don't really like the grade that you got and you don't plan on retaking it, that's totally fine. You don't have to submit it. We'll just go off of your transcript from there. In addition to that, Webster is one of the schools that makes it really easy to transfer credits here. So if any of you are taking any dual credits or AP courses or anything like that, we're not going to be too nitpicky about that. We're going to give you credit where credit is due as long as it's an accredited institution that you're getting that from. So then we also ask that you send that information over to us too, just so we can give you those credits. So really, it's super easy to apply. Our application, for example, for next year is open technically, but I usually suggest that students fill that out in August of their senior year. So in August of your senior year, take a look at our application, fill that out. You can send your first transcript then, and then your school will keep sending us your transcripts as you update your GPA every semester.
Okay, very good. So, and on the application process, we always, like you do, suggest that students apply earlier in the game. There's really no downside to that. But then if they were to apply to Webster, let's say in September or October, and then they get an improved ACT score, you'll still consider that for admission or for scholarships?
Absolutely, absolutely. So I've had students that were awarded a scholarship and then their GPA grew exponentially between 2 semesters, and they submit that new one to me and we're actually able to raise their scholarship. So, be in contact with us constantly, let us know what's going on. But we take a holistic approach to our application. So we really look at you as an individual as well. So if you're somebody who's, worried about your GPA or your grades, I still highly encourage you to apply, because I'm going to look at things like, do you have a part-time job that takes a lot of your time? Or do you have little brothers and sisters that you sometimes have to take care of? Or how involved are you in your community? Because those things all factor into who you are as a person and can really help us get a better idea of who you are.
Absolutely. And then I noticed on one of the pages I was just scrolling through on your admissions website, it said 96% of students receive financial aid to attend Webster.
Yes.
So I imagine you'll help me make the point that it's a very smart move, and really there's no one we don't suggest completes the FAFSA, the Federal Application for Federal Student Aid. Go ahead, Marilla.
Yeah, absolutely. I have parents and students all the time that say, well, we're not going to fill that out because we won't qualify. And they're surprised once I make them fill it out that they end up, having something from the government. It's basically sometimes free money. And then also you have to remember that the federal government is who decides whether or not you're applicable for any loans, and federal work study as well. They tell us if you are eligible for that. So it's important to fill that out, because even if you're not getting a grant from them necessarily, you could, be eligible for loans or for some other type of assistance from them. So I highly suggest that students do it. 96.8% is a very large number. That's a very large number of students that receive aid. So it's very important to do that. In addition to that, Webster itself tries to make this institution as accessible and as affordable to the students that want to be here as possible. And what I mean by that is that we off the bat offer very generous scholarships. So we recognize that we're a private institution, and because of that, we come back with scholarships offers for our students. So you don't even have to apply for our merit-based scholarships. Once you apply to Webster, we offer you a scholarship based on your GPA. And if you've turned in an ACT score, we look at that as well. If not, then it's just based on your GPA and your transcript. Those scholarships range from $13,000 to $19,000 per year, renewable for all 4 years. That's a very nice chunk of that tuition that gets taken out right there with that scholarship. So we try our best to, make ourselves affordable. In addition, we'll stack any scholarship that you're bringing from an outside source as well. So if you're part of an organization or a church group that's going to give you a scholarship, we'll stack that on top too. And then we have competitive scholarships on top of that. One of them is actually our Chancellor Scholarship, is a full tuition scholarship. So if you have a 3.75 GPA and at least a 27 on your ACT, or are in the top 20th percentile of your class, you can apply for that full tuition scholarship. We gave away 10 of those this year. So we give away quite a few full tuition scholarships as well.
That's amazing. And one theme I've really heard from you today, Marilla, and it's been very true in my experience working with Webster for as long as I have as a school counselor, things are just kind of like easy with Webster. So like you said, it's the international travel. You don't have to apply to some other place and, you're already a student there. It's easy to apply to Webster. It's easy to update them with good news. It's easy to learn about financial aid options. So part of that easiness is having a great rep like you for our guys to reach out to. So how do our guys reach you to learn more about Webster?
Absolutely. So first and foremost, I'll give you my phone number. I make myself available that way. If I don't answer, please leave me a voicemail. I try to get back within 24 hours. My phone number is 314-246-7604. But I will also be sharing a presentation with you that you can share with the students that will have our contact information at the bottom, my personal contact information. But you can also just email us. And our emails are super easy to remember. It's just admissions@webster.edu. See, another really simple thing.
Another easy thing from Webster University.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much for all this info today, Morella. I certainly learned new things today from you about Webster, even though we kind of know things about Webster, but we're always learning new things, and we really appreciate your time and expertise with our guys. And it's good to know you're out there for our guys who have questions about Webster, and we look forward to working with you.
Of course. Thank you so much. I look forward to hearing from you all. Have a great day.
All right. Take care, Morella.